in multifamily, we have controllable expenses
Right.
and non-controllable,
Right.
right? So like property taxes, non-controllable.
Right.
You do want to fight them every year,
Right.
But they're, at the end of the day, it is what the city says it is, right? So as far as non-controllable, you really have your labor, you
Right.
know, which is a big one. There's a lot of opportunity there, especially with technologies today, you know, where you could centralize things, you could leverage AI. It can be a double-edged sword as well. So you got to remember, you know, customer service is the lifeblood of successful multifamily. So
Right.
if you say, well, you know, they have 3 people now, but we're going to do it with 1. It's like, and it's a 300 unit property, you know, it's usually 1 person per 100 doors. So it's like, how are you going to do that? Well, AI is going to do everything. Well, then
Right.
there's a good chance they could lose the personal touch, and people are like, I don't even know who works here, right? So you got to be careful, but a lot of times you will see they're slightly overstaffed or there's more efficient ways to do things, you know?
I think you're hitting on a golden nugget that could really empower people, right?
Yeah.
So let's just give a couple of rules of thumb. Let's say it's a 200 unit Class B property, right? What kind of staff are you usually looking for a 200 unit property?
200 unit Class B, I would usually have a property manager in the office,
Right.
and a leasing person in the office.
And a leasing, okay.
Yeah, and then you have, you know, maintenance supervisor,
Right.
maintenance tech, occasionally a porter.
Right.
And then it
And
depends how you do turns, right? Sometimes you do them in-house, sometimes you contract them
Okay.
out. So you might need additional staff for that, but that's
Okay.
pretty common to run it well, right?
So like a 200 unit, then you got a property manager, you got a leasing person, you got a full-time maintenance guy, maintenance tech, and a porter, right?
Yeah, part-time,
Part-time,
full-time. Depends
right?
on the property.
But you definitely have at least 4 full-time positions on the property,
Yeah.
right? So if you're seeing a deal like that, when somebody's telling you they're going to cut down payroll, like without those 4 positions, I don't care what AI you have, it's going to be very difficult for you to maintain customer service.
Yeah.
And just because you reduce your payroll, you just get rid of a maintenance guy. Well, here's what happens when you get rid of a maintenance guy, okay? Now people aren't getting their requests taken care of, right? They're upset. They don't renew. Guess what happens when they don't renew? Your revenue drops.
Absolutely,
Right?
yeah.
You get bad ratings. What happens when you get bad ratings? People look at your property. They're like,
pass.
I don't want to lease there. Now your occupancy drops.
Yep.
So you can't just go cutting out payroll.